Another time rift for us to collect. See the whale? Shamu! Free wee wee! Free wee wee! Welcome back, Missy. We're here with some more Hat in Time.
This last timepiece is all
For another
mine.
timepiece.
If you want it, you're gonna have
he's
to
keeping
take
it for
From
him.
me cold dead hand.
I think Wesky has decided he's gonna go back to sleep.
Good.
He
boy.
woke up smacking his gums for a minute.
You were like, no. Alright, so we're gonna face the Conductor in a boss battle. He's kind of crazy.
You don't say.
Yeah, he flips all over the place. When he trips, that's a good time to attack him.
Okay.
But no, he moves around like he's a frickin' Marvel Avenger reject. He's quick. And he does a superhero landing, even though it's bad for the knees.
I like that everyone's throwing roses and confetti. Oh no.
Yeah, keep an eye on the homing knives. Look at them.
Jesus. So is it just him that's bad, or is DJ Grooves bad as well?
So here's how this works. The winner is actually bad.
Okay.
The loser is kind of like, eh.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But the winner, they want to control winning all future competitions. So
if
they want
DJ
to
Grooves won, then he would be this bad.
Yep. Okay. You'd be fighting DJ Grooves. I checked online to make sure, because I'm like, oh, so the Conductor was the bad guy. And then I looked, and someone else was doing a Let's Play, and they were fighting DJ Grooves. So I'm like, okay, so it depends on, who you choose as the winner. Goes, thank you very much. I got a timepiece. Because they want to ensure that they never lose another competition.
Okay.
And that's their motive. And it's a long and ridiculous fight. I just
Bit the dust.
got out for the count. It's damn homing knives. But what's nice is that there's no lives in this game. When you die, you can just start right back where you were. This is something that more modern games are have done away with. The old live system of being oh, you lost all your lives, boot you back to the start. It's more oh, you want to keep going? All right, pick up where you left off.
Yeah. Which, in a way, I can see both sides of liking that or not liking that. So, for me, I like that because I'm not very good at games, and I would be frustrated to be man, I only had 3 hits, and I'm not very good.
Right.
But I could also see someone who is, really into the competition of video games being well, that's not fair. If you die, what's the point if you just, get to start right back here? You don't even have to try. And it's, I think for the people they do that for, it's not for that mentality of if you, why even try? Because if you die, you'll just start right back here.
Well, what more modern games do to compensate is have the option. So there would probably, I'm guessing, but some games have a harder mode where you don't have that option.
Yeah.
It's oh, you're dead, back to start.
Yeah, you lose, try again. Whereas for me, whenever I'm playing, I do try. I do put in my best efforts, but I'm just not good at it.
Because everyone follows the philosophy now of the Taco Girl. Why not both? Make everyone happy. But
well, see, that's
we do have gamers being gatekeepers and being that's not how I played games growing up. But it's
and it's well, I mean, the world changes. Welcome to society.
Does my heart sink a tiny bit when you play a game, go on beginner, and be wow, that Ys boss wasn't hard at all? And I'm
But see, though, I was like that for the very first boss because I was so overpowered. Because I got lost and all I did was grind. But, they do get more challenging.
Okay.
It's not oh, that's super easy. But for me, this makes me sound bad, but I do need something a little easier because I lose my confidence really quickly.
Okay.
So, if I can't win and I keep dying, I don't want to play.
So you don't have that one more round.
Yeah, I'm not the type of person that's one more try. Give me one more try. I'm well, I'm not going to win.
Okay.
I want to try something else. I'm not a very good loser at all.
You've said
I don't
that
like
multiple
to lose.
times. We have yet to play anything super competitively to where I see it.
I just like, I don't like the aspect of like I fail.
Okay.
So whenever
Makes
it's
sense.
like, if I played on hard and those bosses were just beating my ass, like, I'm not having fun at that point.
Okay.
I'm not like, oh man, look how bad I lost.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, well.
Gotcha.
So whereas like if it's a little bit easier,
Okay.
like there is a little bit of a challenge, but I'm confident that I'm gonna
Yeah.
win the battle. That's when I'm like, that was really fun.
Okay.
Because it was challenging. Like I didn't just like hit him once and he dies.
Right. There was a particular Ys boss you were just like blazing through, and I was just like, huh, I remember Ys bosses being harder. That's a bummer. And then I'm playing it, and like, I'm eating shit. I beat him, but like, I'm getting tossed around like a ragdoll, and I'm just like, what the fuck? She didn't get to experience any of this.
Like we're relatively
She
in the
missed
same
the
spot.
juicy
do you
part
know,
of the steak.
Do you know what like level you're at? Like what level is Adol?
15, 16, something
See,
like that?
we're in like the same spot. I'm
Yeah.
at level 27.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm very, very over leveled because when I get lost, I still do all the little battles.
Okay.
So it might only be 1 or 2 points of experience, but like that
That
times
is
70.
true, because I remember a point where we were just like, oh, you made it here already. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, whereas like I get
got
lost,
lost.
and I'm still like grinding, battling every single enemy I see. Like I don't just walk away from an
You're like,
enemy.
I
If I
didn't
see
just-
it, I fight with it.
Right.
So like I'm also very much over leveled than you are in the same spot.
Okay. Well, all right then. I don't know. It's just there's something saddening about seeing a boss and before it's able to do most of its moves, it's dead.
Oh no, see like
Or before the best part of the song kicks in. Like I see that in YouTube videos a lot. I'm just like, oh, this is a banger. Oh, it's dead. So I listen to the song and I'm just like, wow, there was so much more to this song.
yeah, there was so much more they could have done.
Yeah. Whereas like this battle, like this is just a long
Yeah.
battle.
Whereas like the last boss that I faced in Ys, I died.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I died. I had to start over.
Okay.
Granted, it was my fault
Okay.
because I was poisoned.
Gotcha.
So I was like slowly losing health. And then I put on like a poison resistant charm on all my people.
But like as a counterpoint, like Cerberus from Castlevania, like you eventually beat him even though he kicked your teeth in a couple times. You didn't feel that huge satisfaction when you made it? Like you didn't lower the difficulty?
See,
you
I
took him on
don't.
at
I don't
his-
feel like, I did it. I'm immediately like, that was too hard.
Okay.
Like for me, I'm just like, I don't feel satisfied that I did it. I feel like, wow, you should have been able to do that sooner.
Okay. Huh. Alright, so now we got a bargain. It's like, hey, you sure I'm not allowed to have just one tiny piece? You have so many. And like you can be like, maybe, no, it doesn't matter. Because he'll be like, unfortunately, you're not leaving here alive. Because I can't have DJ Grooves know my little secret. So now we have a bomb strapped to us. Oh yeah, that's the intermission of this boss battle.
Oh, for sure.
Remember this little bomb? This time, it's attached to you instead of...
So now we have to finish this battle on a timer. And he goes even faster.
But yeah, I'm pretty negative whenever I'm playing games.
Alright.
Like, there are certain points where I do feel like the satisfaction of like, oh, I did it.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm like, boy, howdy, I hope I don't have to go back because that was pure luck.
Okay.
Which is why I haven't revisited Circle of the Moon. Because,
Gotcha.
like, I got to where I was at on pure luck.
Uh-huh.
And now I have to do it again. And I know I don't have the skill. So I'm going to have
wow.
to struggle through it to get it, get there again.
Alright. 49, 48, come on, buddy. We gotta take you down. Got freaking buzzsaws. Maybe the records. Maybe the records serving as buzzsaws.
Probably.
But DJ Grooves is gonna help us out. He's gonna find a way to defuse the bomb. So yeah, this is very different from like a Mario game or stuff where you only have like 3 or 4 hits to deliver to the enemy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of phases to this battle.
He's
So,
like,
like,
that's
it's
not
a-
even
it's a
my
real
final
challenge.
form."
But like what's interesting is like these aren't formed, but these are like different phases in the same battle.
Yeah.
So, like, there's the difference between a boss's form, where it's an entirely new battle with a new appearance, and a phase of a battle where it's the same boss.
He just has giant scissors.
Yep, there we go.
That's funny.
He snipped the fuse. Alright, so the bomb is done. So now we just have a little bit more. He summoned the band, so you gotta keep moving now, while still attacking him. Careful! Oh boy. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my.
Yeah, see, whereas like this looks really intimidating to me.
And like, if you die, you start at the beginning of the fight. You don't start at like the intermission. You don't start at when the bomb's diffused. You start.
See, whereas like I still feel like
now,
that
granted,
could be
you
super
have
disappointing for
unlimited
people. Yeah.
continues.
Like, I still feel like that should be satisfying to the person instead of like, oh, you have to start the whole game over.
Yeah.
You know.
But there we go. We got him.
Yay.
Now give me back my timepiece.
Give it back.
You little peck ahead.
What?
I don't know. Richard Pryor said he always found it funny when white people would swear. Hey, come here, you little peckerhead.
Bruh.
Richard Pryor was funny as shit. Have you ever seen his stand-ups?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to remember who he is. Like, I know his name. I know who he is, but I can't put a face to him.
He was in a lot of movies with Gene Wilder. See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
The black guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, like, I just needed to put
He was
a
in a
face to his
Superman
name.
movie.
It's like...
Superman 3.
Have you ever seen... Okay, so have you ever seen the Family... I think it's Family Guy or American Dad. Where they're like, have you ever tried describing someone but leaving their race out of it?
Yep. I know
And
exactly
it's just like,
the clip you're talking
sometimes
about.
when you're like, oh, he was in a lot of movies with Gene Wilder, those types of movies use the same cast in everything they do, so that doesn't help me.
Okay.
I need a physical description. Well, he's the guy. He wore like the shirt and the pants with the belt.
Yep.
And I'm like, I need more than that. So when you say like, hear no evil, see no evil, I'm like, oh, well, he's not Gene Wilder, so he must be the other guy.
Uh-huh. I tried, folks. I really tried.
I don't know why that's bad. Oh, I like him.
He helped write Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Him and Mel Brooks.
He was a big reason why Blazing Saddles worked.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You have to have that kind of perspective to make that kind of comedy really stick.
Whereas, like, personally, I'm not a huge fan of Blazing Saddles for more reasons than one. I mean, I liked a lot of the aspects to it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cool little mask.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm scary.
I'm a little fox girl. And my pink little ears.
But yeah, I just like... It really just wasn't my type of comedy that I just enjoy.
We got the Dweller mask. So now, blocks can be... We can pass through them. There's a word. Transparent? Okay. What does it mean? Phase. Yeah, we can phase through walls with the Dweller's mask.
You're intangible.
I mean, I like Blazing Saddles, but it will never hold a candle to Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is just comedic genius in my heart.
To me, like
it is the perfect parody.
Robin Hood Men in Tights because it has more than one type of humor.
Okay.
It has like slapstick, of course. It has some like, under the climate of things, I can understand, but it does have some like racial humor. It has like geographic humor. Yeah. Because I mean, he even says like, unlike other Robin Hoods, I speak with an English accent. So it's like it's making fun of other things, but it also has like a little bit of raunchy humor. It has like, it has more than just like one thing that's supposed to be funny. Whereas for me, Blazing Saddles, that's what it felt like.
That was the central focus,
Where
but there is a lot of more subtle jokes surrounding that. But it was a satire of like the Western film. Yeah. Because there were so many at the time.
Absolutely.
Not nearly. Like, we don't nearly have as many Westerns now. Like, we finally, like, simmered down a bit. Yeah. But there was a time...
Whereas, like, I get that.
Every weekend, there was a big Western just being released. So, Mel Brooks dared to poke fun at it.
Yeah.
in a very like clever way, and there's whales in the background. I just realized that. Giant fucking whales, just like.
I wish I could speak whale. But yeah, I mean, like, it was very satirical, and I appreciate it, definitely. I think that it has its spot. It just wasn't my favorite.
Okay. And that's okay, because it's not my favorite either. I vastly prefer Spaceballs and Men in Tights. I liked it more than Dead and Loving It.
I do like that they reference it in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, yeah.
A black sheriff?
Why not?
Worked in Blazing Saddles. See, whereas, like, I like Dead and Loving It way more.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now who's on my ship? The band's here! The bands of the birds! Hey, play that thing!
We're the Express Band. Just a
Play
bunch
it,
of
Sam.
owls
We're just a
got
bunch of
together to
owls.
Play it.
while riding the Conductor's Owl Express. Is it okay if we practice here?
I feel like
In
they're the
exchange, if
band
you
that
have
would
any
just go
song
down with the
requests,
ship.
we'll be happy to play whatever you have in mind. Want us
Like the
to pop up
Titanic
and
is
maybe
sinking and the
hear
band's
your
like,
chapter?
nah, it's
Folks,
fine.
Or wanna hear
It's
it?
been an honor.
Alright,
Oh, that
all
was
ears.
Steve
What's
Harvey.
the
Said,
word?
you saw the movie. The band's playing with the ship going down. He said, what black band you know would play with the damn ship going down? Cool and the Gang would have been unplugged.
I love it.
It's like, hey, let's go. It's been the longest time since I've seen Titanic.
Same.
Like, it is a long movie.
I mean, I saw it whenever it was on a two-part VHS
That's
set.
right, it was.
It's on streaming.
I don't know if
I
I
don't-
have the
I
attention
don't-
span for it.
I don't know that I want to watch it.
Because, like, we've made the realization that, like, long, cinematic, just anything, long binge watching is just not my dig.
Well, yeah, I can tell, though, because you'll get on your phone.
Because, like, my limit is, like, roughly 2 hours. Like, that's when I'm just like, all right, tell your story because I got shit I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's more my fault. I'm not saying, like, you should tell a story within 2 hours. Otherwise, I'm not interested. No, it's more like I just have so much I want to accomplish in a day that when I'm just sitting there watching something, I kind of want it to get to the point in a way.
Yeah.
Depending on, unless I'm really on board with what the story's selling me. I'm just like, can we like wrap this up soon? Whereas with the game, I like that human element. I like the I'm doing this.
Yeah. Whereas I'm the complete opposite. I would rather binge watch.
Like even with anime, like we'll come to the 2 hour mark and watch
yeah,
like 5 or 6
you're pulling your phone
episodes
out, you're
and I'm
Googling
just like
stuff, and I'm like,
Googling, or I'm
are
like,
we done?
Hey, I
like,
want to render another video.
do you want to finish this one, or should we stop
Sometimes
here?
you jump
Like,
the gun. I'm like, I want to check on the render. And then you like stop the binge watching of like My Hero. I'm like, what happened? Did they rescue the girl?
No, I just pause it. Because when you leave the room, I pause it because they do like a little bit of the first episode and then
Yeah.
the recap. So like you're missing part of the episode, not the
Okay.
recap. So I'll pause it.
Okay.
Because sometimes I just need to stand up.
Yeah.
Because my butt falls asleep.
Oh, I know that feeling.
My butt's sleeping right now. So,
Alrighty then.
just for everyone's information. I'm going to get up and shuffle towards the steps to go make dinner.
Off we go to the meals.
Because my legs are going to be like, we don't know how to walk.
Once the blood flow returns.
Yeah. Pins and needles, pins and needles.
Jeez. I usually get that in mornings. Like, I'll be like, get up early. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to really get this video done. And then I'll sit up and I'll be like, oh, that was a mistake. Oh, Lord. Oh, help.
I used to like not touch my legs at all. Like if my leg fell asleep, I like wouldn't touch it until it stopped. Now I just hit it until it stops because it just goes way faster.
I used to soak them in water. Like, for some reason, that just felt good for me. So, like,
See,
if my foot fell asleep,
by the time
I'd
I would get up,
huddle
make
to
it
the tub,
to the tub.
run the water, dip my feet in, and
Yeah.
just be like, all right, I feel it.
See, by the time I would get there, my feet would be awake.
Your feet would be okay? Okay. I'm not that fortunate, I guess.
But it's always the legs. The legs are always the worst. Like my hand has fallen asleep before and it's like pins and needles. I'm like, ooh, that's uncomfortable. But like when your leg falls asleep, it's legitimately painful. You're like, oh God. This is what death feels like.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I know.
Alrighty. Another time rift for us to collect. See the whale? Shamu! Free wee wee! Free wee wee!
Wow, I wish I could speak whale.
Excuse me. I was trying to speak whale and I got the hiccups. Like, no, you can't speak whale. No whale for you. So I go, Jesus, come on. All right, dear Sonny.
So I did that and now I'm yawning again.
So like whale talk puts you to sleep?
It's not sleep, it's oxygen. It's the brain receiving oxygen.
Everybody want a peanut? You wiggle your finger. That's wonderful. There will be no trespassers.
I think my favorite story of him on the set of Princess Bride was when he farted for like 3 minutes straight. And the director was like, "You good?" He was like, "Yes, I feel much better."
There's pictures of him holding a beer can and it's hilarious.
It looks so small.
It would be like if I held this battery.
Yeah. It's just so
That's
tiny.
That's basically the beer can in Andre the Giant's palm.
Like, he is just a very large man.
Well, I remember, like, during the climbing scene, Wallace Shawn was actually feeling uncomfortable. And Andre would be like, "It's okay. I got you." And, like, he kind of, like, pet him like a little rabbit. Kind of like, "It's gonna be okay." Because Wallace Shawn was just like, "I don't like this. I'm hanging on a rope with 2 other men. One of them's giant. I'm not okay."
One of them is giant. Poor Andre.
I'm not okay about this.
Oh my gosh. That's like looking at Jared Padalecki holding a cup of like regular coffee. He like hold it with his fingers, just like his 2 fingers. Just because he's also a very large person and like a regular cup of coffee just looks so small in his hand.
He's a tall person, not a large person.
He is big.
Okay.
So like he's tall, but he's also like he doesn't look misproportionate. Whereas like Andre the Giant looked like a giant.
Yes.
Like
he looked like Shrek.
Yeah. Whereas you don't quite know how big Jared Padalecki is until you see him next to a regular person.
Okay.
And then you're like, "Oh shit."
Right.
You're huge. Like there are pictures of him standing next to the guy that plays Crowley.
Okay.
Who is a normal sized person. And you're just like, "Why is he so small?"
Well, that's like the Hobbit actors with Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen is a tall gentleman.
Yeah. He is very tall.
Whereas Elijah Wood, he's short, but he's not like tiny. He's just a short guy.
He's pretty tiny. He's like 5'6". I am taller than him. We looked it up.
Okay. Who's taller, Daniel Radcliffe or Elijah Wood?
Oh, I looked that up too.
All
Daniel
right.
Radcliffe is an inch taller than Elijah Wood.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about that?
I was very curious. These are the things I do in my off time.
All right then. Point 1 for Gryffindor.
I know.
Your lead actor is taller.
A nice slurp of water.
Well, check it out. I got stag horns. Shabba-ba-boo.
Those aren't stag horns.
What would you call them? Reindeer?
Well, they're not. They don't look like antlers. They look like horns.
Okay.
Maybe it's just.
It's supposed to
Maybe
be
I just can't.
Because I kind of like got the face of an elk. See?
Okay. Maybe I just couldn't see it because like stag horns have multiple like
Okay.
horns. I could just be looking at it wrong.
Perhaps. See? I got the fox horn, the bunny horn, or whatever that is, and the stag horn. I call it a stag horn.
It looks more like a cow.
The cow. Like one of those,
Like a steer?
is that what they're called? Like, it's an aesthetic for cowboys. Like,
Yeah.
you see them in, like,
Yeah, that's a steer.
I'm gonna really age myself here, Ponderosa.
I love
You see them on the walls of Ponderosa, like
I
the cow
remember-
skulls and, like, the funky horns.
Okay, I remember getting up And if we were good,
God, I looked down and I just saw gray hair after I said Ponderosa.
if we were good at church, we were allowed to go to Ponderosa.
We never knew how good we got it with Ponderosa.
Yeah, see, like, these are stag horns.
Okay.
Whereas, like, let's look.
The horns that we're looking at now. What the hell are you? Oh my God. The statue's alive.
See, whereas these are steer
I need an
horns.
adult. Okay. Okay. There was a bit of a similarity there I could
Yeah.
see. I want that.
Then take it.
Take it. It's your... Okay. I need to find an explodable fruit, which is up here.
If you can reach it,
I
you
will
can
try.
take it.
Alright, that's the spirit. That's the fruit. There goes the bunny. There goes the pup. There goes... Fuck!
You just exploded yourself.
But I did it. A little risk. I risked it for the biscuit. Okay, that's a barrier. So we're going to find another way to take out the fire.
So does the spirit come back?
Yeah, the spirits will come back.
Okay.
The spirit comes back, the fruit comes back. I did explode when I wanted to explode. Right now, I'm trying to look for time rifts and get rid of the firewalls, for lack of a better term, because they block off sections of the forest.
Okay.
That's my goal, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, at the time of this video's release, I want to say we're into November. So we didn't get to last the entire October doing the spooky levels.
Yeah.
But Halloween lives on in our hearts year-round.
Halloween is every day.
I always see you have those memes of like the pumpkin in the snow and stuff like
know.
that. Or like...
There's one of my favorite ones, though, is like... Halloween is for every month. Mm-hmm. And it's like, try Mother's Ween. And Father's Ween. And Hard-Eyed Halloween.
Okay.
Turkey Ween.
Turkey Ween.
Like...
I mean, we're gonna have a Thanksgiving shortly.
I'm so excited.
I mean, after Velocipaster,
Yeah.
bring it on. Do your worst.
Like, that one I'm also pretty excited for,
I
just because,
was
like...
just dumbfounded because I
What?
thought there'd just be a little bit of CGI dinosaur.
Nope.
And to find out
He
it
is
was
in a
a dude in a
full-out T-Rex
costume.
suit.
I was just
It
like,
wasn't even a Velociraptor suit. It was like
It was a
T-Rex
T-Rex suit.
Yeah.
all right. Next time, more Subcon goodies.